The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that is changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. Move fast and break things. Unless you are breaking stuff, you are not moving fast enough. By giving people the power to share, we're making the world more transparent. A squirrel dying in front of your house may be more relevant to your interests right now than people dying in Africa. I think a simple rule of business is, if you do the things that are easier first, then you can actually make a lot of progress. Move fast with stable infrastructure. The only meat I eat is from animals I've killed myself. Figuring out what the next big trend is tells us what we should focus on. The question isn't, what do we want to know about people? It's, what do people want to tell about themselves? I wear the same outfit, or at least a different copy of it almost every day. Our goal is not to build a platform, it's to be across all of them. Unless you are breaking stuff, you are not moving fast enough. Connectivity is a human right. Building a mission and building a business go hand in hand. The primary thing that excites me is the mission, but we have always had a healthy understanding that we need to do both. People like to talk about war. Our philosophy is that we care about people first. Bill Gates has always been a mentor and inspiration for me even before I knew him. Just growing up, I admired how Microsoft was mission-focused. We don't sell data. We don't allow anyone to sell data. I started the site when I was 19. I didn't know much about business back then. I'm trying to make the world a more open place. You get a reputation for stability if you are stable for years. The thing I really care about is the mission, making the world open. On engagement, we're already seeing that mobile users are more likely to be daily active users than desktop users. They're more likely to use Facebook 6 or 7 days of the week. The biggest mistake we made as a company was betting too much on HTML5. My goal was never to make Facebook cool. I am not a cool person. The basis of our partnership strategy and our partnership approach, we build the social technology. They provide the music. All of my friends who have younger siblings who are going to college or high school, my number one piece of advice is, you should learn how to program. When I started Facebook from my dorm room in 2004, the idea that my roommates and I talked about all the time was a world that was more open. Our goal is to make it so there's as little friction as possible to having a social experience. Right now, with social networks and other tools on the internet, all of these 500 million people have a way to say what they're thinking and have their voice be heard. I think humans are just hardwired to process people's faces and understand meaning and expression at such a more granular level than other types of communication. I just think that VR and R are going to be a really big deal. Facebook is in a very different place than Apple, Google, Amazon, Samsung, and Microsoft. We are trying to build a community. When I was in college, I did a lot of stupid things, and I don't want to make an excuse for that. Some of the things that people accuse me of are true. Some of them aren't. There are pranks, IMs. I do everything on my phone as a lot of people do. I care about helping to address these problems of social cohesion and understanding what economic problems people think exist. We have these services that people love and that are drivers of data usage. And we want to work this out so that way it's a profitable model for our partners. I always tell people that you should only hire people to be on your team if you would work for them. I think a lot of the time there isn't such a black and white difference between what's a platform and what's an app. It's really just like the most important apps become platforms. Our mission is to connect every person in the world. You don't do that by having a service people pay for. There are definitely elements of experience and stuff that someone who's my age wouldn't have. But there are also things that I can do that other people wouldn't necessarily be able to. I think that people just have this core desire to express who they are, and I think that's always existed.